Hello, Internet. Welcome to another episode of Cocktails and Curveballs. We're glad to have you with us. We're all here today. As you can now see, everybody likes the new format from what I've understood. And before we get going, we always shout out our military. Thank you guys for everything that you do, everything that you've done. You're the only reason that we get to sit here and do that today. And thank you to all the first responders, men and women in blue. Thank you guys for everything that you do. Very underappreciated. And we respect the hell out of you here at Cocktails and Curveballs. It's our Father's Day episode, fellas. Let's get right into this one. And speaking of Father's Day, hey Jim, how'd that Nuggets game go? I know we spoke on it a little bit about you going, and I saw a couple videos and stuff, man. It looked like it was pretty wild.
So just like to wish everybody out there a happy Father's Day.
Absolutely. To everyone on this panel, happy Father's Day, gentlemen. We're all fathers.
Cheers.
Dads, hey, have somebody else barbecue for you today. Fuck, you've done enough.
Hell no.
Anyway, the Nuggets game, man. What a spectacle. It was absolutely amazing from the minute we started rolling into the arena throughout the game. It was amazing. Ball arena, the people behind the scenes, the Denver Nuggets staff did an amazing job. Started out, we were walking up, and there's a college of arts not far from Ball Arena, and so they had a Drumline out there right when we were walking in. And man, anybody that's seen that movie Drumline, that's what this was. These guys were amazing. My hat's off to you guys. Thank you. But you go into Ball Arena, and the minute the lights went down, fellas, it started, and the crowd was crazy. Every seat had an LED bracelet in it, so the music was going, and the LED bracelets were popping all over the stadium. They had this inspirational speaker come up on the jumbotron, and they started showing the highlights from the season, and just literally gave me chills. And then the starting lineup on the jumbotron and everything. They did a great job of making it what it is. Denver in the NBA Finals for the first time ever. It was amazing.
Playoff atmosphere.
Unfortunately, that's the one game they lost. So
I was gonna say, I thought that was right. Yeah,
yeah.
they lost
So
that one.
I didn't. Thank God I didn't. For all Denver fans, I didn't go back.
Denver's gonna ban you from going to any more games because they don't win.
That's fine. As long as they keep winning.
I've been to that arena several times, never for a playoff game, but for regular season, for mainly the Avalanche for hockey. That stadium's on point, man, and they do a fantastic job. And the Nuggets, man, again, we kind of touched on it before. Denver now, Denver took in 2 championships last year. And now they're taking in the NBA this year. They had lacrosse and NHL last year. And Denver's a hot spot, man. And I think the Nuggets are going to be challenging for that title for a lot of years to come, man.
Yeah, they're going to be
Jokic is just who can handle Jokic? Nobody.
Not LeBron.
And no. And I remember
straight to LeBron. Lee, are you drinking anything today?
Actually, I went back to one of my favorites. This is Prickly Pear Pale Ale. It's out of Lewis and Clark Brewing over in Helena. And it's not Diet Mountain Dew, boys, I can tell you that much. But this is actually super good. And I can't remember what the percentage is on this one. I'd have to look and see, but it's super good, man, especially in the warmer months. You give me a pale ale, I'll drink that all day long. But yeah, anyone else drinking anything crazy? Come on, we're all fathers. We should be celebrating.
I got an apricot. Let's see if I can say this right without Lee fucking with me. Hefeweizen. Apricot Hefeweizen is from Wasatch Brewery. 4.6. First time having, 4.8. Really good, man. It's not apricot's not overwhelming, just a hint, but it's really easy drinking. I like it.
You did a great. I'm proud of you, Patrick. You did a great job there on that one. I've never even seen that one. I've had a bunch.
Yeah, no, it's It's the first time I've had it. I was actually looking for my go-to, my mango cart, and the fuckers are out. So I was like, well, mango, apricot. Okay, well, let's give it a whirl. It's pretty good.
What's you guys go-to for Father's Day? I mean, we're
How
supposed
long?
to
How
celebrate
long did it take you
fathers.
on the internet to research how to say Hefeweizen?
Well, it actually, I did Google it and I checked the pronunciation and I recorded myself a few times with my phone, set it back, and I felt comfortable with it. That's why I was able to do it today. I don't know why you got to be a nosy bastard about it, but there it is.
Well, but between that, we're just glad that you're still, of that age where you want to learn new things, Patrick. We appreciate that.
Hey, man, they
Keep
say
doing
you can't
that.
teach an old dog new tricks, and for the most part, that's true. But today, that's all I'm saying. So,
Well, hey, I'm fairly impressed too because you branched out a little bit. This is a lot of different beers you've been trying. I'm pretty impressed.
and it's funny because my girlfriend, she's like you, Lee, knows a ton about beers, and we'll go to a brewery, Missoula, or we'll go someplace where they got a ton of beers, and I just look at her, and she's like, okay, well, you're gonna want this one. She picks out 3 of them because I mean, you might as well be talking to me in fucking Russian. So I'm learning a little bit more. Still don't
Or
know
German.
shit, but
German.
or German.
It's all
Yeah,
German, baby.
Hey, just for the record, I am 0% German, so there's that. So
Well, you don't really look German, so I'm gonna
Oh,
take you.
I look like it pretty much everything else, but not German. So
What's everybody going to drink today? Around the horn, real quick, because honestly, guys, we need to kind of chill today. Being a dad it's a difficult job, but it's also the most rewarding job you'll ever have. So if you're gonna take it easy, what are you sipping on? I see Tyler. What are you drinking, buddy? You going to the
Getting
your
stoned
good
per
old
usual.
Keystones?
Per usual. Tall boys though, the tall ones.
nice.
Wow. Go big or go home. Anybody
Yeah.
else?
Oh,
Jimmy, what are you
know
gonna
what?
drink today?
Yeah, no, just taking it easy on Father's Day and got some Diet Mountain Dew.
Oh, no way.
But that's get the fuck out
We
of
need
here.
to we
Yeah,
need to
dude.
start emailing Mountain Dew, man. They need to sponsor Jim and Cocktails and
Yeah.
Curveballs.
Oh,
It needs to
shit.
happen.
Yeah. They have to.
And from
they're gonna
somebody
be
who's
pushing
known him for a
ginger-
long time, he's been drinking Diet Mountain Dews for a long fucking time.
I'm saying
I
they-
should own stock in the
You know how
company
many
by now.
fucking gallons this of Diet Mountain Dew this guy's probably drank in his life?
listen. Diet Mountain Dew loves it when he goes out and drinks because he's gonna drink a shit ton of it the next day. So
That's right.
If Diet Mountain
He
Dew
only
paid
had
for
four-
this guy's bar tabs, can you imagine how much money they'd get back? The kind of return they'd see on that investment?
Oh yeah,
did
from his
anybody
recovery
do
the
any
next day.
fun? Has anybody done anything fun this weekend? Friday night? You guys, anybody do anything?
Dude, no. You guys, I think you know a little bit. We're doing a lot of work on a house. We're getting ready to sell, and it's all I do. Like Friday night, Pat, I sent you a Snapchat, and that I was having a mango cart
Yeah.
at the R&R.
Yep.
Yeah, and kind of surprised I didn't run into Jeff and Angie up there. We usually do on a Friday night, but yeah, and I was like, no, we had a nice dinner. It came back, and yesterday was work, man.
Yeah, we
And
were
then
over to the North 40. Jeff and Angie were over at the North 40 Friday night.
Oh, were they?
Yeah,
Right
so we actually went out and had a pretty nice dinner down at Fire Pizza downtown. Great place to go in. Their pizza's amazing. Went down there and had a few. And then we stopped up to North 40, which probably wasn't the best idea because we probably should have just went home. It was probably 9 o'clock. But we stopped in North 40 to have one, right? And
There is no just one. Ask Jim. He knows.
And I think in the entire existence of time, there's never been anybody that's ever stopped and had one ever in the entire existence of mankind.
That's
So we stopped in, and I ordered a peach crown and water. Start sipping on that, and I turned around, and here comes 6 car bombs, Irish car bombs, and they're just like Lay's chips. So if you have one, you can't just have one. So like every 37 seconds, here comes another tray, and I'm just like, fuck me. So long story short, I had a little blood in my alcohol system on Friday night. I was sight for sore eyes yesterday, and
You're
I'm
doing
still
better now.
Well,
I want to know why, Jim, because we are cocktails and curveballs here, gentlemen. So you said you just watched the PGA Tour last night, right? And you didn't have too many beers, and I feel like maybe your body's revolting that you didn't have enough.
That, and I'm going to learn from this mistake because, instead of the small bar tab and just, having a couple watching the US Open, fuck it. I might as well just get hammered and I'll feel the same way because I feel like shit today.
that's a great
As long
idea.
as you got that Diet Mountain Dew stocked up.
Yeah, that's right. So, but speaking of the PGA Tour, man, guys, it's another major, another week, and the best golfers in the world, playing in the US Open. Anybody watching it besides me?
Fowler's lighting it up, man. Fowler's looking good. What was the drama? There was some drama going on. At the end of the day yesterday? I just heard there was some drama, and Fowler and who else is there tied for the lead? Fowler and
Wyndham Clark.
Okay, but they were talking about some drama going on. I don't know if somebody was getting pissed or I didn't see. I just saw they just said
there's a lot of guys, man. This last round, there's a lot of guys super close. McIlroy's right there. He's one shot back.
Right there. McIlroy's only a shot back.
And so you think about how this last round's going to go, and I've only seen clips of it, guys, because like I said, I've been busy, but this round is going to be the one I want to watch because holy hell, I mean, there's a lot of guys that could get on a roll and challenge for the win.
Scheffler's within 4 shots. I mean, you guys up top falter it all, and Scheffler's right there. It should be a great day.
So, hey, Jim, you're kind of our go-to on this one. Are the live guys, are they playing in this?
Yes. The US Open is USGA. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not PGA. So even last year when the PGA members were suspended from all PGA or the live guys, were suspended from all PGA events, they could still play in the US Open as long as they qualified, because it's the United States Golf Association.
Do you think it's a big deal if like Rory is who we should be rooting for, right? I think as we've shown kind of our distaste for the live, and then how now the live and the PGA are partnering. Is that something? Am I off base there with you guys, or is Rory that's who I'm rooting for?
Sure. Yeah, Rory
and the PGA guys, the guys that stuck with the PGA, kind of in general.
Rory's kind of a fan favorite, anyways. I mean, he's got a big, there's a lot of people that like him, anyways. The drama, just kind of a catch up. The drama that I was talking about. So I don't know if you guys watched it, but Fowler should have gone in and should have ended the day 1 stroke ahead. He had a really short putt, and he missed a gimme. And so instead of going in 1 shot up in the lead, that put him in a tie with Clark. So kind of unexpected, a shot that he makes 99 times out of 100,
And listen, guys, we hit on it last episode, but I'm like Tyler on that one. I'm pulling for anyone that stuck with their guns with the PGA. And I know this is USGA, but those live guys, great. I mean, it's not that I'm going to hate watching them, but I'm going to go. I'm pulling for McIlroy for sure on this one. I'm hoping he's only 1 shot out.
And let's be fair. I mean, these live guys are some of the best golfers in the world. You got Dustin Johnson, DJ,
absolutely,
and Koepka and DeChambeau and Mickelson.
Oh yeah,
and I mean they're some of the best golfers in the world. So as long as the PGA did what they did, and I understand why they did it. There was no win in this battle, guys. There was no way. The money that's behind the live golf is just too much for the PGA to keep this fight going. So I understand from the PGA standpoint why you just got to end this battle, cut your losses.
And golf is better for the fans, right? When these guys are all playing in the same tournaments.
Well, of course.
Absolutely.
right? Like there's
Absolutely.
no doubt about that. So regardless
Absolutely.
of if they did leave Liv or if they went to go golf with Liv or whatever the case may be, absolutely it's better for the fans to see all these guys competing in the same tournaments. Right.
Right.
I mean,
Same
I
tournament,
think
that's
yeah, I think everybody can agree on that.
Yeah, no matter what you
Absolutely.
think about how everything went, it is better for the fans to see these guys all on the course at the same time. And who's going to turn down $150 million just to be on that tour?
Nobody.
That's the other thing. Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys did. I mean, Rory was worth a lot more than any of them guys
Right.
if he went on that tour,
Right.
or Tiger or whatever. But the fact of the matter is they didn't. They stuck by their guns. I'm rooting for the PGA guys, just for that reason. But it is better for the fans to see DJ. DJ's in the top 10 right now at the US Open. I think he's the only live member in the top 10 right now.
Dustin Johnson.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but to see all them guys in the same tournament, and man, it's nothing but good for the fans.
Right, and I'm with you on that. I don't judge the guys that took the money, because I'm sorry, if Diet Mountain Dew wanted you to do a commercial and pay you $150 million to be their spokesperson.
No, that would be no. That would be like if like Mount Shasta or something, because he's such a diehard Mountain Dew guy. That would be like if what I don't know, what would like Sprite. Is that
like Mellow Yellow or something?
Like Mellow Yellow. If Diet Mellow Yellow came to you and said, "We're going to pay you X amount of dollars if you drink this instead," you're going to drink it. If they came and offered you not a very small, it would not take $150 million, is what I'm guessing.
No, it wouldn't take even close to that.
Take him $15 and he'd be there. Give me $15. I'll
Bring
switch.
me a couple
diet, free diet,
some free
Mellow Yellow
cases
for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm your spokesman. That's it. I'm in.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys happen to see? What do you guys think about Coach Bobby Huggins resigning from West Virginia?
If we could get him to be the fifth guy, like we've been talking about, getting somebody on here for a little bit of 5 for 5 with him. And
now would be a bad
I think
time
Old Son would fit right in.
Well, now would be a bad time because he just got a DUI, and
that's why I'm saying I think he would fit in. No,
I don't think he'd go well. I don't think he'd go well at all. I think he'd be a lot of, this is fucking bullshit. Take his headphones across the room. It'd be like a Bobby Knight situation, I think.
That would
maybe
rock.
Yeah, well, I mean, the ratings would be outstanding.
He blew the same I did.
If you're these coaches, and you're making good enough money, wouldn't you Uber that or get somebody to drive you?
Didn't he just come off paying like $1 million fine? Right? Didn't he give back like $1 million to come back because he fucked something up?
Yeah. So, but it's not just the coaches, which you're right, Lee. Michael Douglas, I remember just a few years ago, Michael Douglas, worth like $700 million. Michael Douglas just got a DUI. Dude, you have got this is where it differs from us. I'm not saying it'd be any more justifiable if we did it, because you should always have options. You just don't drive risking hurting somebody else on the street. That being said, dude, if you have 10 drivers at your disposal, like you have somebody that is on the payroll to do nothing but drive you places, dude, there's no fucking excuse. I mean, but then you could say there's no excuse for it. If you have a full-time driver, dude, that's the shit that I don't understand. You have got all the resources to not drive.
And on another note, how about can't Ja Morant hire somebody else to hold a gun?
Yeah, well, there you go. Same thing. I agree.
That was
full circle.
25 games.
Fall man, right? Can you not have a fall man?
What was Ja's suspension? Was it 25 games?
25
games. I mean, how many times is he going to get suspended, man? I have no idea, but
well, I guess the big question is, in your guys' opinion, after 25 games, is he gonna be the guy that the world is used to seeing, or
I heard the interview that Adam Silver did with Dan Patrick, kind of regarding the whole situation. And for anybody that knows anything about sports and sports reporters and stuff, like Dan Patrick is renowned as one of the best question askers, I think, that have ever
he's like
lived.
a godfather. He's one of the godfathers of sports analysts. I think.
And he will come out and say it on his show that, like, if whoever they're asking to be on the show, if they ask, well, what questions are you going to ask? Dan Patrick will just say, never mind. Like if that's, and Adam Silver, to his credit, it was a fantastic interview. Like, he answered all the questions that, like, Dan Patrick was asking about the Live Tour and about if there were, God, I hope I don't butcher this, but, like, is Arab in it? You can say that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So Arab owners, were there any in the NBA? Has the NBA been approached by the Arab people to purchase NBA teams and stuff? And, like, stuff like that, just off the cuff, that Adam Silver had, didn't know was coming. He answered all of it. And Dan Patrick asked him, are you waiting? Have you already made a decision on John Morant? And are you just waiting for the NBA finals to get over so it doesn't overshadow it? And Adam Silver's pretty much said, yeah, we're just waiting for the NBA finals to get over. But he also said that he's trying to work with John Morant so that, because Dan Patrick said, okay, well, is the time off? Do you think that helps or hurts John Morant being away from the team and being away from the facility and all those guys, all that stuff? And Adam Silver came out and he said that he was going to try and work with John Morant so that there was kind of like a program in place so that it would be beneficial, essentially, and not just saying, okay, dude, you're out for 25 and do whatever you're going to do. Because, I mean, at this point, I think everybody's seen how that's gone, and it's gone really poorly.
And that's the problem with the crew that he runs with his entourage as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not the best influence when he has days off, man. So
right, exactly.
I'll have to look up that interview because I'd be interested to hear that one. And
it's really, really good. It's really, really good.
Adam Silver might be the best commissioner in all of sport.
He's so intelligent. Like, the way he's talking is, like, you can tell he's a really, really smart man.
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing
but he dumbs it down enough so that, like, everybody, like, you can at least use context clues. I don't know what all the words meant, but but I could figure it out.
He's a lot like us. Super intelligent, and we dumb it down a little bit.
That's it. Yep.
I'm not disagreeing with any of that, Ty. I'm not disagreeing with any of that about. I mean, I'm sure he's super intelligent. He got the job for a reason. I think your comment, Jim, I'm going to agree to disagree on that. And for one big reason is I think a lot of fans are like this. I still have not returned to the NBA. When they went woke and decided to paint BLM on all their courts, NBA is still suffering for that. That was a horrendous. And now you come out and you see, just how they gone away from that. It's one thing if they stay committed to it. And I'm not going to give my opinion on BLM. It is what it is. My point is that they, whether right or wrong, when they decided to go in that direction, they turned away a lot of fans. They kept a lot of fans, but I'm saying there was a lot of division there when he did that. And I feel like maybe he should have just stayed away from that. No other sport did it. So I don't know.
We will agree to disagree because every sport did it. They're still wearing it in their helmets on the NFL. Listen, I don't want to even get into that, the whole side of it. But one thing I do know is Adam Silver implemented a dress code from the minute he became commissioner. He implemented a dress code in the NBA, or tried, whatever. But he just, the way he speaks, his passion for not only the sport, but for the players, the coaches, everybody involved. He is, I just think he's a fair guy. I do. I think compared to, say, Bettman or Goodell or some of these guys that are just, Yeah, man. For
I'm not a fan of
guys,
Goodell
you
either.
just gotta wonder behind the scenes what the fuck is going on.
You know,
Adam
and
Silver is
I don't
right
want
out
to
there.
I don't want to hammer this point for too long because there is something else that I'd like to get into. But I know we've brought up the John Morant thing a couple times. We did it again today. But one of the big things that he said in that interview, and anybody I think that has any interest in this should go search out that Dan Patrick and Adam Silver interview. But he said that because John Morant, like this second one, this most recent one that John Morant is trying to say it wasn't a real gun. He came out trying to say it was a toy gun. And Adam Silver said that he acted in the first video like it was a toy and it was a real gun. I mean, that's the issue, is that he treated it like it was a toy. So in the second video, whether it was a toy or not, that played a big factor into the suspension. So, I mean, I think we're all on the same page about a lot of this stuff as far as like gun control and the way people treat guns and stuff like that. But I think the biggest issue is that he waves it around like a toy, and we all, I don't even think I need to ask, but we all know that that's.
But it wasn't his first.
Toys.
It also
Guns
wasn't
are
his
not
first.
toys.
It wasn't his first incident either. I mean, this is a guy.
No. But that's what I'm saying is that John Morant came out and tried to say that in the second video that it wasn't a real gun. It was a toy gun.
Right.
And then Adam Silver said, well, the issue with that is that he treated the first one like it was a toy.
Right.
But anyway, so let's get back onto something a little more fun here. Being that it is Father's Day weekend, all being fathers, I think we have a lot of respect for fathers in sports. And I guess I would like to know from you guys, who are some of the best sperm donating fathers in sports? And I mean that's a weird way to say it. I don't know that I articulated that the way that I wanted to.
That
But
was
like,
pretty good.
So like in my eyes, like whoever JJ Watt and TJ Watt's dad is, shout out to that guy, because he birthed a freaking couple beasts, or helped in the process. I doubt he did the birthing.
Yeah,
but like, or like the Bosa's dad, right? Like that boy, they come from like premium stock, right?
I think Archie Manning did pretty well.
Exactly.
I was
okay,
gonna
exactly.
say
That's exactly my
Archie
point. Exactly what I'm getting
Manning's
at here. Yes,
Archie
exactly. So you
Manning's
guys are
dad, whoever.
okay.
that
We're
is.
all okay. So even
Yeah.
though I brought that up in a very odd way and in a way that I don't think made a lot of sense, I'm glad that you guys are following what I'm saying. So I'd like to know, who do you guys think are some of those at least families or brothers and sisters? Reggie Miller and Cheryl Miller, right? Their
Yeah.
pops had to have been a stud. So who are some of the studs, I guess? Who are some of the stud fathers?
The Kelsey,
Mr. Kelsey. I was just gonna say,
Kelsey.
Mr. Kelsey.
Mr. Kelsey. God, happy Father's Day, dude.
Right.
You definitely you left some good seed out there, and they're doing very well. So congratulations.
I feel
You gotta
like
go to Archie Manning's dad, because Archie Manning was a great quarterback.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
here you go with Peyton and Eli. I mean,
Yeah.
so whoever that is, happy Father's Day, man.
Yeah, dude, their grandpa.
Yeah,
I feel like
absolutely.
Ken Griffey Jr. or excuse me, Ken Griffey Sr. I feel like he should probably have I mean he had a pretty stellar career, and then he has a son that is considered, at least top 10, maybe top 5 all time. I mean,
Well, and
So shout out to Ken Griffey Sr.'s father.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
and the cool
Yes.
thing is that they actually got to play together.
Yeah, they did. That's true. Yeah.
I mean,
How
what would
about,
it be like? What would it be like playing on the same field as your dad? On Father's Day, whatever.
How about
That'd be cool.
Fernando Tatis's dad? So his son is Fernando Tatis didn't have a bad career, but now you look at what his kid's doing. Damn. I mean,
How about the Mahomes?
oh, there you
Oh,
go.
good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad was a major league pitcher, and now and his son probably could have been, but decided to be the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
That's
How about the
man.
Blue Jays? Those guys, that should be the
Oh,
Father's
shit.
Day special,
no
right?
shit.
Bichette, Guerrero, Biggio.
Oh man.
Like, how bad those guys want to get shouted out on Father's Day so fucking bad? Well, here you go, guys. Here you go, Toronto Blue Jays. Shout out to you.
Shout out to the Blue Jays. Yep.
No kidding.
How about
the entire-
how about and this, I mean, they haven't had phenomenal careers, but Derek Carr and David Carr,
Yeah.
their dad. I mean,
Yeah. I
you
mean,
know?
they still made it to the NFL. So
Exactly, yeah.
Both
Yeah.
of them, yep.
And yeah,
They're getting
Derek
paid
Carr's
to
had a
play.
pretty good career.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Hasselbacks.
Greasy.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, there you go, Bob Creasy.
How about the
And
Ryans?
Brian.
The
Yeah.
Ryans, Rex
I'm-
and
Oh, yeah.
Rob Ryan,
Yeah,
and
like-
Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan, Rob Ryan, their dad, Buddy Ryan.
How about
Buddy Ryan
Harbaugh's-
was a
Harbaugh's?
legend.
They don't look like they're from that good a stock, but they've done pretty well for themselves.
They've
They're
done
damn
pretty
good
for
coaches.
themselves.
Jim and John Harbaugh, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, you got the
Harbaugh.
Harbaughs.
one's tearing it up at Michigan, and the other one's doing really well at Baltimore. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
How about the Currys?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you
Dell
go.
and Seth.
Right,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you could literally go and we could go for hours just picking names out of the back of our head. But the good news is all of these people, look at the names we just dropped. Whether they're like superstars or not, they're all getting paid to play, man. And so that means they're doing something right. But I think a lot of it goes to the parents and how they're bringing them up, because we all do as fathers. You spend a lot of time, a lot of money, camps, sports, everything that those kids want to do, and you support them throughout the entire thing. So that
Well, what
I
about
think
the
is
Porters?
the bigger point. What about the Porters?
What
You
about
almost just made me spit my fucking beer all over the place. Yeah, look at look at the Porters.
I mean, I delivered the hell out of the fuel on Friday. I can tell you that.
Attaboy. Attaboy, Patrick. It's
Yeah.
just something to be proud of, man.
And just so we're clear, I still have my lineman certification. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that's ever going to be an option again, but it could be.
Yeah.
You can roll down and work with T. Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Go to Corvallis, Oregon. Do
Yeah.
that.
Climbing poles
Hey.
at 52, man. I'm going to pass.
Wait, did you just date yourself? You just aged it. Okay,
I
that's
did.
fine.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
That's okay.
And,
Totally fine.
Man, it's
What
see,
about
talking
curtain
about-
calls? Oh, real quick, really quick, because I know we do got to get into curtain calls here and kind of wrap this up. But Mr. St. Louis there, what
Yes, sir.
did you hear? Did you hear about David Freese?
Oh yeah, he turned in,
What do
and you know what?
What?
Sure.
Yeah, that's kind of an oddball.
Well,
thing, right?
it was on the surface. It is on the surface. You're like, why would you ever reject, getting inducted into a franchise's Hall of Fame?
Mhm.
Once you read his letter, he's just the most humble guy in the world. He only spent, I think, a handful of seasons. I want to say 4 years in St. Louis, and of course, he's basically known for winning the NLCS against the Brewers, and then basically winning the World Series against the Rangers. I mean, he just lights out.
A really good playoff run, right?
Well, I mean, just a historic playoff run.
Yeah.
I mean, they won. You can make an argument that they won kind of because of David Freese. But in that, and he acknowledges that, and he loves St. Louis, and he's super humbled that they thought of him that way. But he turned it down because he just felt that there were guys that had played in St. Louis longer, that had contributed more to that franchise than he did, and he didn't feel right by being on. And so after you read his letter of why he turned it down, I mean, you can't help but to think, man, that's huge props. He didn't do it. He did it out of respect. How many other guys would have said, "Fuck yeah"? I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's kind of unheard of. It's pretty
Yeah.
wild. I mean, I think that is a story that's.
I got a lot of respect for him being that humble, because there are players that have, spent their whole career in St. Louis that maybe didn't do as good of things that are so recognized. But I appreciate him being humble like that, saying, "Hey, man, give it to someone a little more deserving." I appreciate that. So that's cool.
Crazy. What about curtain calls, fellas? We got anything we want to bring up? Lee, you got something?
I got one in particular, and this one and all the details aren't out, but especially due to this being Father's Day, my curtain call goes to Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis, the third, his son, just passed away a few days ago.
28 years old.
28 years old, Ray Lewis the third, and says, according to reports, it's a suspected overdose. I hope that's not the case, but Ray Lewis, man, because we're all fathers and we know what that is. My curtain call is to you, man. Stay strong and keep fighting a good fight, man.
That's tough.
Right on. Yeah.
I got one. Mike
it.
Malone, coach of the Denver Nuggets, hammered at the parade.
Yeah, he was wearing a big ass gold chain.
Yeah. But just his whole, you kind of see where the team gets their class and their humility, they're so humble. The whole team is.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of see where they get it. The guy is he considers them kind of his kids, you know, his deal. So father to be, you know, for that man to be a father to 7-foot Joker and Aaron Gordon and them guys, you know, hey, hats off, coach. Did a great job this year. Congratulations.
Right on. Yeah, cheers to that.
I'm going to give it up to the Golden Knights, man. Not only did they clinch and win their first Stanley Cup, but the last game they kind of put their foot in the opposing team's ass and wore them like a snowshoe. 9 goals, man. Was it 9-2?
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like they could have scored 13. That team is they dominated that entire series. They looked really good throughout the playoffs, but to clinch the title in just exclamatory, the way they did, and I hanging 9 goals on them. Good Lord, man. Just stomped the shit. So good for them. First Stanley Cup. Well done.
Right on.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
You got one, T? You got anything, T?
Yeah, I don't know what I would even call this. Maybe the surprise of the show. Instead of a curtain call, I'd like to give it up for Jim, because I don't think there's a person on this panel for sure, and anybody that knows him, that would have guessed that he's seen the movie Drumline. He mentioned that earlier, and
I paused for that one too. I just went Drumline. Huh? I'm
is
that
that actually a movie? I didn't know that was a movie.
I've seen it, but
I haven't.
I would not have guessed that.
I haven't seen Drumline. And
Yeah,
there's a really good chance. There's a really good chance.
You can give Jim a curtain call for that. Was good for enlightening
yeah.
us,
Like you said, I don't know if that's a curtain. I don't know that that's a curtain call or what the hell I
sounds
call
cool,
that.
though.
But I think that's been burning in my brain the entire episode. So
yeah, it sounds really cool though. It does. It sounds amazing.
It's super cool. All right, guys. Well, hey,
something to do with sports, kinda.
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
We always keep it real.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, another great episode. And for anybody that stuck around, watched the whole thing, maybe we'll clip this and put this part out so that people know we're doing our due diligence here, and we're gonna find the very first person to be our 5th member for a couple minutes, 5 minutes. We're gonna do a 5 for 5 with somebody. So keep liking, sharing, commenting. Motherfuckers, subscribe to some shit though. Stop just viewing it. Like this shit. Do what you got to do. Save reels and do the whole thing, because we're starting to get a little bit of traction, and we'd like to keep this thing moving forward. So,
yeah, get on YouTube and subscribe and hit that notifications button, man. I mean,
Fucking
all that stuff we appreciate, because we're not getting paid for this stuff, guys. We just enjoy it, So
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Right on. Right on, guys. Cheers. Till next time, huh?
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Father's Day, gentlemen.